In this video, I'm going to teach you how to change your rear brakes on your Harley Davidson touring model. This is a simple job, so no need to take it to the dealership. As a quick disclaimer, I'm no licensed motorcycle mechanic, so do this at your own risk and follow your service manual. Now let's hop into it. Now let's go over the tools that you're going to need. Flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, 3/8 ratchet, 5mm Allen head socket, 5/16 Allen head socket, and a torque wrench. The first step we need to do is take off the right side saddlebag so we can get to the caliper. We have the right side saddlebag off. Now go ahead and grab your needle nose pliers and we're going to remove the brake pad pin retaining clip. The brake pad retaining clip is right here. All you're going to do is grab a hold of it and pull straight up. And there you go. This retaining clip right here ensures if your brake pad pin gets loose, it doesn't fall out. Next, we have to break loose the brake pad pin with our 3/8 ratchet and the 5mm Allen head bit. All we're doing is loosening it up a little bit. We're not taking it out just yet. The brake pad pin is this bolt right here. It's gonna put your ratchet on it and break it loose. Now we can go ahead and remove the two main caliper bolts right here. We're going to use the 5/16 Allen head to remove these. After you get those two bolts out, get a rag and we're just going to tuck it up in here so that way it doesn't scratch up the pipes or anything. I'm going to grab a hold of the caliper and lift it straight up. Take it out of there. We removed the caliper. You're just gonna place it right here for a second. Now we're gonna move over to the front of the bike real quick. At the front of the bike, you have to find the master cylinder, which is right here, still on the right side, and you're gonna have to loosen up these two Phillips head screws with your Phillips head screwdriver. After those are loose, go ahead and grab the top of this cap and just break the seal. By breaking the seal, it's gonna make it a lot easier to push the brake pistons back in. We're back here at the rear caliper. Now you're going to take your flathead screwdriver and you're going to stick it in between the two brake pads. Once it's in there, you're going to pry on both of the pads and this is going to push in the pistons. You want to make sure you do both sides of this. Don't worry about damaging the brake pads, they're the old ones anyways. Now we're going to go ahead and remove this brake pad pin right here. It's already loose, so you can just put the socket in there and take it out the rest of the way. With the brake pad pin removed, now we can remove the old brake pads. Now before we install the new ones, we have to apply brake paste to the new pads. If you got the kit from Harley Davidson like I did, it already comes with all this. Let's dive down and I'll show you how to do it. So the kit I got from Harley comes with the two brake pads and then it also comes with these two templates right here that you use to apply the grease. Also comes with a little card. I'll show you what we need to use this for. A new bolt and a new retaining clip, and of course the brake paste. So what you need to do is take your template right here and peel off the white backing. This is actually a sticker. Then you just go ahead and line it up right on the brake pad. Just like so. And then you'll repeat that with the other one. Now take your brake paste and squirt a little bit in each little slot here. Make sure you don't use too much so that way you can hit all the spots. Now that you have the brake paste applied, just go ahead and rub it into these slots. Now with this provided card, you're just gonna run this along to scrape off the excess to make sure everything's even. Now it's nice and even. Now you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Brake paste is applied. Now you're just gonna peel this little template off. Look at that, perfect. We are now ready to install the new brake pads. I do wanna make a quick note, make sure you get a fresh pair of gloves. You do not wanna get any grease on these brake pads. If you get grease on them, it's gonna glaze over the pads and that's gonna ruin them. Install your new brake pad. Make sure you put in the front first and then go up. It'll make it a lot easier and it sets right in there. Now that the new pads are in, you're going to take your brake pad pin bolt and just slide it in this hole right here. Then take your 5mm Allen socket and just snug it down a little bit. You're not gonna tighten it all the way. Now we'll go ahead and grab the brake caliper and put it back on over the rotor. The caliper's back on the rotor. Now you're just gonna go ahead and reinstall the main brake caliper bolts. This next part's pretty important, so pay attention. Come around back to the front of the bike and tighten down these 2 Phillips head screws on the master cylinder. When you're doing this, make sure to do it evenly. You do not want to over tighten these screws. Rule of thumb, take your index finger and your thumb and tighten it that way. Once you can't tighten it anymore with your index finger and your thumb, it's tight enough. Over tightening these 2 screws could cause it to leak. Now we want to tighten all these bolts to factory spec. Again, you can find the torque specs in your service manual. Now reinstall your brake pad pin retainer clip. Make sure this side right here is pointing out so that way you're able to get your needle nose in there and lift it out again. When's the last time you changed your oil? Check out this video right here and I'll show you how. This is Jogo with Jogo Motorcycle Adventures, and until next time, ride on.